The unspoken. I am the eldest of 3 siblings. I am 14 years old. I am choking. I can't breathe. I'm gasping for air. My entire being is running, but I'm not moving. I'm screaming, but there's no sound. I wrestle with the unseen. It's overpowering me. This cannot be happening. I'm dying. From deep in my core, I throw my body forward to freedom. Ah! I'm woken up by my own sharp scream, bolting upright in bed, wide-eyed into the cold pitch darkness of my room. It is not a dream. I can feel the hairs at the back of my neck stand. I swallow dry saliva. I am drenched in sweat. It's him. I can smell him. I can't see him, but I can smell him. It is him. He's so close. His large hands are riding up my inner thigh. I think I'm going to throw up. I pull myself back, whimpering. He moves even closer and says, "Shh." His hand moves further up into my thigh. He grabs the back of my neck and pulls me into him, breathing down my nostrils. Then a noise, a definite movement from the next room. He snaps himself off the bed and leans in. If you say a word, I'm coming back for you. His drunken stench lingers in my room long after he's gone. He is my uncle. He lives with us. I live in perpetual fear of him coming back at night or cornering me somewhere. But I never tell my mother. I never tell a soul. He continues to live with us as a respectful member of our home and by extension our community. The unspoken truth.
My mother, brilliant, gorgeous, witty, respected member of society, personal physician to the first family, doting mother, a woman with a golden heart for service, for humanity. I never tell my mother. I never tell a soul. Who would believe little me anyway over him? He's so big, so respected. I creep into my darkness somewhere inside. I make myself small. I disappear. I make myself unattractive, daring never ever to draw attention to myself again. The unspoken. You would think that at 12 years old, that was my first introduction to violation or to gender-based violence. Unfortunately, not. Let me take you way, way back in a far away land, at the shores of Lake Victoria in a small village called Bukoba. I am 6 years old. I live with Grandpa and Grandma and me. I am a happy child. I spend my days running through the banana plantations, through the coffee bushes with my many, many friends. We love to pick wild berries. We love to play with clay, mud, making homes and playing daddy and mommy. Typical childhood in a village, like Akinyi would understand. Then one day, Grandpa slips, hits his head on a concrete slab, and dies. Grandma Anne-Marie becomes a widow. Life is never the same. The curse of a widow outliving her husband. The unspoken. The change was drastic, immediate, and brutal. The nice uncles became violent, abusive, even physically. The nice aunties spat on Grandma and Mary. My friends never came over again. We lived in constant fear of threat, abuse, attack. Grandma did her best to shield me from what was happening. But there were 2 nights I will never forget. This night, we woke up to the sound of banana trees crashing down, crashing like forever, falling and falling and falling. They had come. They had come and they were chopping down our banana plantation. Every tree that was starting was cut down. They didn't stop there. They slashed all the maize, slashed all the beans. Nothing was left standing. Why? Why? The second night, the worst night of my entire life. They came at night, drumming, pots and pans, yelling, "Burn the house, burn the house, burn the witch, burn the witch," throwing rocks onto our mabati roof, banging doors, banging windows. "Burn the witch, burn the witch, burn the house, burn, kill her." Grandma Anne-Marie grabbed me from the bed, shoved me onto the darkest corner of our little room, and she knelt behind me with her entire body, pushing me into that corner. And she started reciting, "Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you. Hail Mary, full of grace. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you." Reciting her rosary. The noise from outside is deafening. I can feel her literally squeezing my little body inside this wall, like she wants to hide me inside there, bury me somewhere where I will not be caught up in what's happening. I can feel her cold body. She's wet, she's shivering. She is sobbing as she is reciting the Hail Mary. My little 6-year-old heart felt something it had never felt before. A pain, a sharp pain, an ache that carved around my little heart. And I said a prayer, "Grandpa, please come back." He never did. My little heart had altered. It had carved pain, hatred, anger. And I carried that into my early adulthood. I carried it with me. I couldn't articulate it then, that pain. Now I can. It was the pain of inequality, of injustice, the pain of being a woman and not being whole and not being enough. This pain over the years has compounded and amplified several times throughout my young adulthood as I met more injustices, more inequalities, more abuse, sometimes directly, sometimes indirectly, by watching my mother, my aunties, my sisters, my friends, even watching strangers, just watching what women had to go through to endure. I know my past, I recognize it. My culture, my traditions, they have shaped my experiences and who I am. But I also know that ultimately, it is up to me to decide who I become. With that realization, I started questioning status quos. I started questioning traditions, cultures. The African woman rising takes 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Why? We are carrying so much unspoken baggage from our past. It's very difficult to rise. We need to offload the baggage we are carrying, and we can help one another. Dada for dada. Be the ear for another dada. Be the shoulder. Be the safe space. Be the confidant for another woman to share her own unspoken, so that we travel light. When we see another woman being attacked, social media, anywhere, let's not be quick to jump on the bandwagon. No. Step back and know that this woman is probably carrying a lot besides what you're seeing. Let us create a sisterhood around yourself of support, of encouragement, of uplifting one another, and then watch the African woman rise. Gentlemen in the room, I'm glad to see you. Gentlemen, take up your godly given role. Gentlemen, you are our providers, you are our protectors, you are our fathers, our husbands, brothers, and sons. The success of the African woman rising, you are a big part of that success. Call out a brother when he steps out of line. Call him out. Speak the unspoken and be what our sons will look up to. Be the mentors to our sons. As I close, I must confess that I have not been completely authentic with you in my sharing. There's something I haven't told you. My drunken uncle, he never came back to me physically, only in my nightmares. But later on in life, unfortunately, I learned he had gotten to my baby sister. She was only 10 years old. I wish I had spoken. Speak your unspoken. Thank you.